Here is your AI briefing for July 19, 2026, with 12 stories. Story 1. Top Meta exec describes controversial facial recognition feature in detail after the company claimed it didn't exist. After Meta denied the feature, a top executive detailed its facial recognition flow, exposing a mechanism that could enable real-time identity linkage without clear user consent, raising regulatory scrutiny. The system cross-references biometric data across Meta's platforms without explicit opt-in, allowing companies to build comprehensive user profiles. This lack of transparency invites potential GDPR violations and erodes consumer trust in digital identity management. Meta's exec admits a feature doesn't exist while detailing its mechanics, proving they just didn't want to call it what it is: surveillance without consent. Story 2. Will AI fix prior authorization or make it worse? A government pilot is deploying AI to automate prior authorization coverage decisions, risking faster approvals but potentially amplifying denial errors through biased models and unclear oversight. The pilot targets Medicare Advantage plans to reduce administrative delays, yet healthcare providers warn that opaque algorithmic scoring may systematically deny necessary care without human review. Trade efficiency for algorithmic bias, leaving patients to fight opaque AI denials instead of human reviewers. Story 3. What Google's billions of clicks claim means for your website traffic? Google says AI has lifted total search volume and continues sending billions of clicks outward. But its AI-powered answers can shorten journeys by satisfying more queries on page. While total click volume rises, organic traffic to non-AI websites is shifting toward niche, long-tail queries as users increasingly rely on direct AI-generated answers. Google claims billions in clicks, while its AI answers satisfy users instantly, effectively cannibalizing the traffic it claims to drive. Story 4. OpenAI will start notifying parents if their teen has been kicked off of ChatGPT. Starting soon, OpenAI will notify parents of linked teen ChatGPT accounts after violence policy violations, using account linkage to trigger alerts rather than keeping infractions solely internal. The policy shifts enforcement responsibility by linking adult and teen accounts to ensure guardians are immediately aware of serious misconduct. OpenAI outsources moderation to families, turning parents into unpaid content filters, while the company avoids the hard work of accurate enforcement. Story 5. Meta patents technology to detect your mood by constantly analyzing your tone of voice. Meta filed mood detection patent claims using always-on voice tone analysis to infer user effect from speech patterns, aiming to power adaptive apps beyond one-time call sentiment checks. This technology enables real-time emotional adaptation for smart speakers and gaming interfaces, raising privacy concerns regarding continuous passive biometric data collection. Meta patents always-on voice surveillance to monetize your emotional state, turning every conversation into a data point. Story 6. ChatGPT's new work mode can run 95% of a one-person business, no hiring or coding required. OpenAI's work mode lets individuals delegate tasks end-to-end via ChatGPT without hiring or coding, targeting automation for roughly 95% of solo business workflows and reducing the need for separate AI tools. This capability lowers technical barriers for entrepreneurs to automate customer service and logistics workflows. Consequently, solo founders can scale operations without increasing headcount or managing complex integrations. OpenAI's work mode promises to replace your software stack. But it's really just a subscription trap to lock solo entrepreneurs into ChatGPT's walled garden. Story 7. Kaiser nurses say AI, workplace surveillance are making their jobs care worse. Nurses at Kaiser Permanente say AI-driven scheduling and workplace surveillance since mid-2026 have reduced face-to-face time, increased documentation load, and worsened patient outcomes, echoing staff complaints already posted by commenters. The surveillance systems track metrics like bathroom breaks, forcing nurses to prioritize data entry over patient interaction. This administrative burden has intensified staffing shortages and increased burnout rates among clinical staff. Kaiser's algorithmic efficiency is literally costing lives, proving that surveillance tech optimizes for metrics, not humanity. Story 8. Google might not kneecap the Pixel 11a with an old processor. Mystic Leaks claims Google will upgrade the Pixel 11a to Tensor G6, flagship grade, after the Pixel 10 Pro used Tensor G5 and the Pixel 10a lagged on Tensor G4, reversing a recent performance drop. The Tensor G6 chip promises improved AI processing speeds compared to previous mid-range models. This move directly challenges Samsung's Galaxy S-series performance dominance. Google finally stopping the mid-cycle processor downgrade is basic competence, not innovation. The Tensor G6 remains slow compared to Snapdragon anyway. Story 9. Sunrun tests an AI network built from solar homes, not another data center. Sunrun tested an AI network distributed across solar homes, sidestepping new data center builds amid a May survey where 70% of Americans oppose local data centers. The test aggregates idle computing power from thousands of residential solar panels to train models without constructing centralized infrastructure. This distributed approach directly addresses local community opposition to new data centers while leveraging existing green energy resources. Distributing AI to homes solves nothing if consumer privacy and grid stability aren't the priority. This is PR, not infrastructure. Story 10. South Korea wants to give every citizen free, unlimited access to its own AI chatbot. South Korea will launch a September beta of a free domestic AI chatbot for all citizens and add a separate government services agent to route inquiries and reduce call center load. The initiative mandates that the underlying models be built on South Korean infrastructure to ensure data sovereignty and national security compliance. South Korea's free AI chatbot prioritizes bureaucratic efficiency over genuine digital empowerment, effectively automating citizen grievances while masking the lack of substantive policy reform. Story 11. We can no longer afford to be blind. Danish startup raises funds to build underwater CCTV-like tech to triage. 3 Danish engineering students raised $1 million to deploy AI-powered underwater listening posts across the seabed, extending underwater CCTV capability beyond visual sensing to detect activity in the dark. The acoustic sensors identify vessel movements and marine wildlife through sound, enabling environmental monitoring in pitch-black depths where optical cameras fail. Students deploy seabed listeners to spy on the dark ocean, proving that if a sensor can exist, it will. Story 12. Neil Reimer thinks the AI money is coming back out. Index Ventures co-founder Neil Reimer predicts Silicon Valley's AI-driven wealth will be redistributed voluntarily or under pressure after VC-backed gains concentrate returns, shaping upcoming funding and policy debates. Concentrated profits in the AI sector create pressure for regulatory intervention or voluntary wealth redistribution. This shift will influence future venture capital allocation strategies and corporate governance policies. Neil Reimer's wealth redistribution prophecy ignores that VCs profit from the chaos, treating the AI gold rush as a temporary glitch rather than a structural shift. That is the briefing for today.